And good afternoon. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stanton Salter, along with our odds maker, Keith Fustel. A little rainy Sunday afternoon, but that's all right. The rain didn't stop Barkley Tagg and Funny Side, didn't stop Bobby Baffert and American Pharoah either back in 2015. So we can deal with a little rain. They're taking entries today for Black Eyed Susan. That's next Friday. So Preakness Week is officially here.
Oh, it's here, all right. And we're going to have to deal with a little bit of weather today. We're off the turf, but looking forward. I heard the entries are coming in strong for Friday's card.
All right, taking entries today for Black Eyed Susan, Pimlico Special, the Jim McKay Turf Sprint. That's all next Friday for you. Black Eyed Susan Day Friday, May 18th, and then Preakness 143 next Saturday. Check out the new and improved Preakness.com website to get your tickets. It's the 10-year anniversary for the Budweiser Infield Fest. Post Malone, 21 Savage, Odessa, Frank Walker, and Vice will all be out there jamming in the infield. Get your tickets now, Preakness.com. It's going to be here before you know it.
Absolutely. And once again, I mean, I think a really good setup of acts, a little bit of a younger, maybe a little flavor that they're gearing towards this year, but all set and ready to roll for Saturday.
And I did get some big news from my co-host in the afternoon, Tim Tulloch. He got the word from the racing office, Good Magic, your Kentucky Derby runner-up behind Justify. Good Magic's coming to Pimlico tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Oh, beautiful. Obviously, then all signs are a go. He's looking good. Not normal for Chad to bring him back that quick off of those kind of efforts, but it's good to see him in the field. Adds a lot more drama to the field. Had dead aim. Just couldn't quite get by Justify through the final quarter of a mile, and that will certainly affect the morning line odds.
Yeah, absolutely. So Good Magic coming tomorrow. Lucas is coming with his two for tomorrow. Bravazzo and Sporting Chance. Your Derby winner, Justify. He's coming on Wednesday with Bob Baffert. So it's here, Preakness 143. Get your tickets now. Preakness.com is the website. Mother's Day today. Happy Mother's Day to all you moms out there. We couldn't do it without you. Bring Mom out here today. A little rain, but the dining room filling up nicely. Nice view of the track. Bring Mom out. Celebrate Mother's Day right here at Pimlico.
I guess I got to thank my mom. She kind of got me into the game. Her dad, Cecil Coughlin, old ex-exercise rider of native dancer. I lost Pop several years ago, but always had a lot of fun coming out to the races with the whole family, and a special day for Mom. So, Mom, if you're watching, happy Mother's Day.
All right, happy Mother's Day to everybody. Let's show you the track conditions today. Muddy, a lot of rain here last night. We're off the turf. And I tell you, we did get a whole lot of rain, so this could be a wet, fast track today, correct?
Sloppy. But I'm going to start sloppy right now. There's some parts with some standing water, but we're going to monitor the situation, no doubt about it. It is right on the borderline between sloppy and muddy. But a lot of rain. The skies opened up yesterday when I was walking out here about 7:30, 8 o'clock. A lot of wind, but the guys doing a great job on the track. Right on the cusp between sloppy and muddy right now.
Well, I guess what I meant to say, wet, fast, that's a whole different track condition. We're sloppy today, but I think speed's going to be carrying well on the slop today.
Cut right
here
through
at
the track and keep on rolling on the front end, possibly,
All right, well, let's get right to it here. Race 1, we're going to kick off the early pick 5. The pick 5s, both your early and late, they've been paying well here opening weekend at Pimlico. Industry low, 12% takeout on both your pick 5s. It's always a mandatory payout here on the early pick 5 starting in race 1. Let's take a look here. Race 1 going 6 furlongs, claiming $5,000 for 3-year-olds or older horses, never won 3. We both like the 7 off-road here. We have a video spotlight of off-road. Let's show you his last race at Laurel Park, April 13th against 10,003 Life Company that day. A good second. He gets a nice class relief today.
Yeah, off-road comes away cleanly and then lets the speed kind of go up to the inside. And he gets caught in a little bit of a switch here going into the turn. He has to steady stand right around the 3.5 furlong pole. You see the leader there. Now he's going to drop to the inside around the turn. And then he angles out to make a little bit of a run between horses. I thought, all in all, it was a good effort. I love it when I see these horses can make 2 moves and keep on going, as was the deal with off-road over at Laurel. Willingly, Henry the King was a 1-2 shot that day, but he turns on. This is the way to go. Hasn't gotten a win off the claim. They're going to try to drop this horse in half and get it done today. He looks like, if he wants to go ahead and send, he might be a little bit faster than Dionysus is going to kind of control it. If not, he can lay just outside of that one. My top selection is going to be the 2 Moonspell for Kieran Miggy. Already a couple winners here at the meet. Kieran, very tough year in and year out. I think Moonspell just going to like this shorter field to the inside, can save ground around the turns, swing out and make a run from there.
Yeah, Kieran, this is home track. He's 4 for 7 early on here this meet. He gets Vargas, Moonspell 3 for 5 in the money on a wet track, so you have to like that. We both like the one as well here. T-Sizzle, Caramano's aboard for Mary Epler. T-Sizzle 3 for 4 in the money on a sloppy track. Good second 2 races ago on a sloppy track at Laurel.
Yeah, and that third place finisher earned it. We came back and ran second to a runaway winner yesterday in a little bit better race. So T-Sizzle, yes, I think the off track does enhance his chances.
And the 5 Dianites for Claudio Gonzalez. This horse has a lot of speed. 0 for 1 on an off track, but in very good form right now. He's won his last 2 for Claudio.
We had Bo Dionysus win. Now we're going to try to get the straight Dionysus to get it done. Yeah, I think he's going to have to improve a little bit more. He's going to feel a little bit more pressure this afternoon with off-road. A little bit better bunch.
All right, let's turn the page here. Race 2, we're going to kick off the early pick 4. We're off the turf. Sloppy conditions here, claiming 15,000. 3 and up, bunch of scratches here in race 2. I'm going to go with the 6 on top here. We both go with the 6. Well entered for trainer Jerry Brooks. Main track only for the 6 Phil's Cocktail, and Jerry gets his wish. This horse in good form right now. Good second last out at this level. That was the first off the claim. Joe Moore Torres will give this horse a nice ride from the 6 hole. He'll be forwardly placed here in a short field.
I think you've got some speed, and a horse that moves way up on an off track is the 4. Make My Saturday. He's had some big runs, ran a big race last spring. You see May 13th, 2017 at Pimlico. Now the opening quarter wasn't strong, but made a nice move around the turn to open up and hold sway. I'm keying on him to put pressure on who I believe is going to be a solid favorite, the 1 Roman Officer, shipping in for Kevin Patterson and Robert Cole. A drop out of Stakes Company very quick early. The 5/8, it might be a touch too far for him. But I agree with you. I like Phil's Cocktail to get position. He and Flight Crew come out of a race against Parade of Nations, who was just going great guns over at Laurel. I think they can sit and make a move from a couple lengths off of it.
All right, so you have to respect the 1 Roman Officer who's going to be very quick from the inside here. But why the quick give up? They can make a bunch of money with this horse at Charlestown, going 4.5 all day long. Now you're in for 15,000 here, so maybe a little red flag for the. And this horse is going to have to get a sharp break from the inside. If he doesn't break well, he's going to get might get covered up in a bunch of traffic and mud going to that first turn.
Absolutely. I think the key to the race, his break and how much speed does Make My Saturday show. He looks like he moves up on that wet surface.
All right, let's take a look here at the third race. Race 3 will kick off the rolling super high 5 here in the third. Little carryover over $700 for the rolling super high 5. That has a low 15% takeout every race with 7 or more horses. So keep your eye on the super high 5. Let's take a look at the third. We're going 6 furlongs, claiming 5,000 3-year-olds or older horses. Never won 3. I go with the favorite here, the 3 Punch Nephew. Weston Hamilton aboard for Farrier. First off the claim. The Farrier barn had a nice winner yesterday with that 2-year-old. And this horse in good form right now. Good third at this level last out. Well, Farrier waits the 30 days, puts him right back in here for the nickel. I think the 3 Punch Nephew going to be awfully tough to beat here. You have the 1 on top.
Yeah, he's been pretty consistent. Just the fact, he got the better of 50s Music a couple races back. I think 50s Music is the controlling speed in here, and maybe he doesn't necessarily need it. He's shown the ability to come from just off of it. I like his chances. He's okay on a wet track, but Punch Nephew certainly the one to control through that last 1/8 of a mile. He's going to be the one probably doing the best running. Maybe Papacho as well, a run from the back of the pack.
Both have Papacho in the mix for Gorham. The 5 Raven Rush, Caramanos aboard for Mary Epler's 5-year-old, taking a drop in class today. He does have a win on an off track. This is his home track. He had a nice he's coming off a layoff too. He had a nice bullet 5 furlong workout here at Pimlico last Sunday. So the 4 Raven Rush might be a sneaky good horse in the third.
Yeah, in one of his better races, he can win this, and he can maybe dog 50s Music, sit just outside of him. Look at the bullet work coming into this race. Look at the trainer stats, 61 to 180-day layoff, 28% from a strong sampling of 43 horses with an ROI $4.50. So this horse just has to come right out of the barn, stabled here at Pimlico. That might be the key for Raven Rush.
All right, we like the same 4 there in the third. Let's take a look here at race 4. We kick off the middle pick 4 in the 4th race. You like the middle pick 4 today. You have a ticket. Let's take a look, see how you played it.
Yeah, and I'm going to try to beat a couple of these favorites. We're going to single it down in the last race, the last leg 4, race number 7, trying to beat a heavy favorite in there. Three horses to get you started. The 1, 2, and 9. Bodell, a little bit of a price shot. I think a lot of money's going to come in on the 2, Unlucky Hillary, and the 9, Towson. 5th race spread. I think it's almost anybody's race. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe I should have hit the all button. Ring neck. The one horse coming back to Potts and actually ran okay on the way back on an off track. 6th race, 4, 9, and 10. Gaelic Man, Wild Dreams, and Hunger. I like Hunger as the speed from the outside in race 6. And race 7, plenty of money's going to pile in, I believe, on the 7 Silver Cowboy. Pomeroy's Package, I think it's going to be his race to lose on the front end.
Yeah, has good form on off track there. The 3 Pomeroy's Package in race 7. Let's take a look here at the 4th race. We're going a mile and a 16th on a sloppy track. Maiden 25,000. Maiden claiming 25,000 for filly mares 3 and up. I go with the 9 on top here. The 9 on the outside here. Towson for trainer Pat McGill. Weston Hamilton on this filly. She's been in good form her last 3 races. She fits at this level. Good second in the slop last out at Laurel Park. So I think the 9 Towson going to be on the outside going into that first clubhouse turn. Can go the front if she wants to, or get a nice stalking trip on the outside.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard-pressed to keep her off the lead, Stan. I mean, she's bred top and bottom to handle the off-track. A decent try last time out. Dug in pretty game through the last 1/8 of a mile. I'm going to go for a bit of an upset in here with the 1A Bodella. The part of the entry for Mark Schumann that does stay in. Really didn't show anything. Was 30-1 on the turf over at Laurel not too long ago, but a good little, I think experience race there for this one. I think this horse is going to be better tuned for the dirt track. Yeah, think this horse would have paid a little bit more for it looking at the breeding. Ella Fitz, that mare, grade 2 winner, trained by Baffert, made almost $500,000. Second dam by Dixieland Band, though. I dug a little bit deeper on the breeding, looking for a price. There's Dixieland Bands. Anything in that family, they love the off track.
All right, you get Jeremy Rose there on the 1A Bodella, 4-year-old daughter of Bodemeister, so you have to respect your top pick there. We both like the 6 a little bit here as well. Hey Mabel, Georgie Vargas Jr. aboard for Milan Milosevic. A good second as a favorite. Last out going a mile up there at Penn National. That was coming back after having a couple months off. This filly trains here at Pimlico for Milan. And you get Vargas, the 6. Hey Mabel, going to be tough, I think, here in the 4th.
Yeah, that winner came back to run okay. 48 buyer and a 2 in life up at Penn for 25. That number kind of fits with these. I guess the real question mark, Stan, is the 2 Unlucky Hillary. What do you make of this move here? Shipping west to east, the blinkers go on, and I guess going to Franny Abbott's barn, yeah.
Yeah, good effort going 3/4 at Del Mar last summer. This will be the first time, then didn't run very well going a mile at Del Mar, but that was against Maiden Special Weight. 2 races back this year, both on the turf. Now we're taking a drop. 3rd off the layoff. We're dropping. We're blinkers on. They're trying everything here with the 2 Unlucky Hillary.
You got to think she's going to be an awfully short price when they see those, kind of gaudier numbers even on the turf, and that 72 laying there on the dirt. So I got to try to beat her. She's going to be awfully short on this main track.
All right, let's get a quick commercial break. When we come back, nice beat and nickel going 2 turns to kick off the Rainbow Pick 6. That starts in race 5. We'll take a look right after this. All right, welcome back. Preakness.com to get your tickets for next Friday's Black Eyed Susan Day and next Saturday's Preakness Day. Don't get shut out. Preakness.com is where you want to go. Let's take a look at today's Rainbow Pick 6 starting in race 5. No carryover. They took it down for a nice little score yesterday, didn't they?
About 7,000,
sure.
I believe, yeah.
That's a nice score for a Saturday. Gets you ready for Preakness weekend. So no carryover today. We start fresh in the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. We're going a mile and a 16th here in race 5, claiming 5,000, 3 and up. Haven't won a race in 6 months or never won 4. I go with the 5 Chiquila Hero on top. This horse 6 for 12 in the money on the off track with 2 wins. Been right there the last 3 races with Weston Hamilton aboard at this level. You get Pino aboard today. Pino with a nice winner in yesterday's turf allowance feature. That Phil Lift-Up's going to be a stakes winner this year, I think, for Dickinson.
I was a little bit surprised at the wagering in that race. Swung and whiffed, I guess, on the line. Lift-Up took a lot of play. I believe almost ended up going off favorite. The other Dickinson coming out of those grade 3s I thought was going to take a lot of play. Sure. But what a ride. Very patient. Mario found the seam, and she definitely had something in reserve the final 16th of a mile.
All right, so good to see Mario Pino back in town here in Maryland. He's on the 5 Chiquila Hero, who's going to be coming from way off the pace, so I don't know how crazy I am about that, but this horse does like the off going. Hopefully, it's not if it's a speed favoring track today,
Right.
then that doesn't bode well for my top pick here. But Jaquila Hero does have good form in the off going.
Well, he certainly is. Looks like he's hedging back to one of his better races. The form's been consistent. There's not a lot of speed in this race. With the scratch of photogenic, I defaulted just like you were talking about. Maybe the horses get out to the front. These rainy days, you look sloppy track. How did that horse win? You look back on the page. Bo Ziggity on a wet track, 7 of 12 in the money, a win, a couple seconds and 5/3, but speed put back into this horse coming out of some fast races. I'm just taking a flyer on a long shot that Bo Ziggity can get to the front. If he's left alone, I think he can go a long way.
Well, you go one of my favorite long shot riders there, Yomar Ortiz there on the 6, Bo Ziggity. I have the 8 in my exacta here. Grit for trainer Jamie Nass. They claimed this horse for 12.5 down there at Hot Springs early April at Oaklawn. Didn't run very well in the mud that day. This horse is 0 for 8 in the off going, but takes a big drop first off the claim here for Jamie Ness. Daniel Centeno he had another 2-win day yesterday.
Yeah, this horse to me looks like an all or nothing type. The 273s in a 2-back and 3-back race. They drop out of that allowance and they reach it in claim. I guess you can kind of get away with it with that bad number. That's why they're dropping this horse down. Yeah. Looks like a positive work on May the 6th at Laurel. That 6 furlong race. Will they have enough speed to set it up, or is it just good enough to just kind of one pace him and wear him down at the wire? I'm going to stay away from Grit. Maybe pop him in there in my multi-race gimmicks. I like the 6. I like your 5, Tequila. And Mid-Ocean is a horse that Karamanos gets along with very well, the 4 horse. He just kind of hangs around, but he just kind of just works well with Karamanos. He puts him to a drive, leaving the far turn. He just kind of churns on from there. I think Mid-Ocean won't let the field get too far away from him today.
Yeah, 3 wins, 3 seconds in the off going for the 4 Mid-Ocean, who we both like there in the 5th. Let's take a look at the late pick 5. Late pick 5, I think it paid another big number again yesterday. Pick 5's been very generous this opening weekend here. I like the late pick 5 today. Industry low, 12% takeout on both your pick 5s here at Laurel. Let's take a look at my ticket, a $30 play on my late pick 5. I'll go 3 deep here in race 6, like the 4, 9, and the 11. Gaelic Man's going to be awfully tough here. Montanez aboard for Wayne Potts here in race 6. Race 7, I'm going to key on my best bet of the day, the 7 Silver Cowboy with the Cowboy. Steve Hamilton aboard for Jamie Ness. This horse getting back on the main track, has a win in the off going. I'll key on the 7 Silver Cowboy in race 7. Going with the 4-8 there in the 8th race. And then race 9, nice allowance feature of the day for 3-year-old fillies going 2 turns. The 5 Most Smart, going to be a popular favorite there for Pletcher, but I like the 4 Maya Malibu for Motion. Blinkers off, Vargas aboard. Then going 5 deep in race 10. Go hit the all button if you can there in race 10. Maiden 16. It's going to be a slugfest in the slop there in the finale. I used a 7, 8, 10, 11, 13, looking for a little bit of a price there.
Yeah, I don't know. I like that ticket there. And you're trying to upset, I think, Pletcher's horse is probably going to be in that, 1 to 5 range when it's all said and done in race number 9. But, yeah, 14,000 yesterday.
The late pick 5.
The late pick 5. It's just
nice.
Prices galore at this place.
Nice. Big prices here. I need to hit one of those pick 5. Let's see if we can do it today. Race 6. 5 furlongs, claiming 7,500, 3 and up in the slop here. We both like the 4. I have the 4 Gaelic Man on top. Over 5 in the off going, but has been 2nd and 3rd in the off going. A decent 3rd, 2 starts ago at this level at Laurel Park. That was back in February. And a sharp win back in March. He's been freshened since then. A little maintenance half-mile work at Laurel on an off-track late April. Montanez was aboard for that win last out. He's back aboard today. Maybe right to the front with the 4 Gaelic Man.
Yeah, he got the better of a couple horses I like on today's card. Adversary and Palmore's package. Adversary has moved up nicely and run well when transitioned back to the turf, but Adversary has run fast in the past. I go outside to the 10. Hunger. I guess the 9 Wild Dreams is going to take plenty of money on the drop from the open 15 down to this open 7,500. But it looks like he's lost a little bit of step or two. Maybe the drop will kind of put him closer to the pace stand. But Hunger is a horse, an 8-year-old, not a lot of starts, coming off of another layoff, but he has run big off a layoff in the past. I think if it's all systems go, shows a good work leading into this, I think he's fine on a wet track. This breeding's fine. You see Indian Charlie on the bottom. They like the wet. Hunger, if he's aggressively ridden, I think might be able to take him wire to wire.
New rider Jorge Ruiz on the 10 Hunger. Had a couple wins to finish up the Pimlico Spring Meet. We both like the 9 here. Wild Dreams, Fergal Lynch aboard for Hugh McMahon. This horse 2 for 2 in the off going, cutting in half, dropping from open 15,000 to the 75 level today. This horse had a nice win against Allowance Company in a slot back at Laurel in February.
Yep, and I don't know what's happened since. I mean, that was a real decline last time. He should have run a little bit better. A little freshing, off about a month. The drop, that could pick him back up. I'm a little leery of Wild Dreams today.
The 11 Arizona Baby. This horse draws in, I believe. I didn't have this horse scratched.
Right.
You don't have a scratch on the 11, do you?
No.
Okay, the 11 Arizona Baby draws in off the AE for trainer Dale Capuano and owner Richard Vermillion. First off the claim for this 4-year-old. Weston Hamilton will ride. They take the blinkers off. This horse stepping up in class off the claim. Dale didn't have to do that either. The horse was an okay 4th last out for beating nickel. Normally you might see Dale run right back for the nickel, but he steps up here today. I like the 11 to get a piece of it here in the 6.
Yeah, you got to understand this barn's been doing quite well for quite some time now. Arizona Baby looking to breeding. I think it's fine for an off track. Was looking to maybe bet a little bit of this horse if it stayed on the turf, but I'm fine with this. The confident move. They're going to keep this horse on the main track. This horse can sit and make a middle move to get into contention. Will he sustain? He flattened out a little bit last time.
All right, let's turn the page here. Race 7 is going to kick off the late pick 4 here in the 7th race. We're going 5.5 furlongs, claiming 5,000, 3 and up. Haven't won a race in 6 months, never won 4, and I'm going to go with the 7 on top here. Silver Cowboy does have a win in the off-going. That was 3 starts ago against 16,000, 3 life at Laurel. Ran respectable starter allowance 2 starts ago. Didn't like the turf last out. Now getting back to the dirt. We'll get a nice trip with Steve Hamilton from the 7 hole. I like the 7 Silver Cowboy on the drop here in race 7.
I guess the positive that Stevie stays on this horse. I think he's going to be an awfully short price. 2 back try, just missing the inner rears and a good quality time, a 104 flat for the 5.5 furlongs. He's a stalk and pounce kind of horse, but he did the move that I don't like. Something he was in very good form. They throw him on the turf. Looks, not a good race at all. Will he come back to that,
Right.
top dirt number? I don't know. Maybe it was a tactic to get a bad line on a drop into the nickel and get away. Silver Cowboy, I'm going to use him underneath, but I do think Pomeroy's package, 6 tries on the wet surface without a win. I do believe he's at controlling speed. The blinkers went back on last time, got beat by an old class horse in service for 10. No shame in that. Pomeroy's package right to the front today with Chappie.
I respect the 3. I use the 3 in my top 3. The 2 Pistol Posse. I'm trying to figure out why I like this horse. I know why I like this horse. I stayed with my original picks here. But Pistol Posse 0 for 7 in the off going. But you do get Vargas aboard. Beaten favorite at this level last out at Laurel Park. This will be the 2nd race back for Pistol Posse. He trains here at Pimlico. He does have a win and a 2nd from 3 starts here at Pimlico. So maybe on his off track, maybe on his home track, he'll like an off track a little bit better today.
Yeah, my price source will be the 4 Arctic Schiller. Corrales very capable of getting a long shot in there, turf to dirt. I mean, the angle's good. $4.43. Horse had trouble, significant trouble, the last 2 starts. Worth a flyer at a price, and I think if in a fairly wide open race, especially if the 7 doesn't fire.
And you get Callie Francois, rider change there. Callie Francois on the 4 Arctic Schiller there in the 7th race. All right, let's turn the page here. Race 8, nice 7,500 starter allowance contest here in the 8th race to kick off the final pick 3 of the day. We're going 5 furlongs here in race 8. We both go with the 4 Adversary on top for trainer Rudy Sanchez. Solomon Rosario Montanez will ride this horse. A win and a 2nd from 3 starts in the off-going. Last time on the main track at this level, 3 starts ago, a good 2nd. Last couple races on the turf have been okay. And now that was an open 20 turf sprint last out. That's a tough condition. Might be finding a little easier company here today in this starter allowance.
Yeah, caught that softer ground last time out at Laurel. Fury the Norseman kind of grounded out up the inside to get up and win, but Adversary showed a lot of heart. Had a lot of trouble going into the turn, checked pretty sharply, but continued to rally on. This is a horse that can, I don't have that issue. He's moved back. He can go turf to dirt. Adversary, tactical enough. Will he be on the lead in here? Possibly. Quite possibly he could be the speed. Might have to deal with Midnight Punk or even Far From Awesome.
We both we like the same 4 horses here. I have the 8 in the exact Modern Medicine Pinot aboard. First off the claim for trainer Greg Compton, who claimed this horse down at Oaklawn back in mid-April. He's had a little time, about a month off. 6-year-old son of Thunder Gulch, 1/3 in the off-going. That was 2 starts ago against Beaton, 62.50 down there at Oak Lawn. Respectable 65 buyer speed figure in that race. The 8, Modern Medicine, should be right there in this
I'm
race.
not mistaken. Didn't that trainer, he had a horse came in at Laurel and won about a week or two ago from Compton.
Vaguely familiar.
Yeah, he does okay up at Delaware, comes up to Delaware. Wildcat Pleasures is another horse. First time for this barn, shows a positive ROI with that move. Some okay buyer figures fit in the mix. He might be your value. That's the 10, Wildcat Pleasures. Use underneath. I don't think he can win it, but I think he can get in the exacta or in your try.
Yeah, 2-time winner in the off-going, the 10, Wildcat Pleasures. All right, let's take a look here at the 9th race, our feature of the day. A nice first-level allowance contest for 3-year-old fillies. We're going a mile and a 16th in the slop here. For race 9, we both like the Todd Pletcher favorite. This filly is going to be a short price here. 3-year-old daughter of Uncle Mo. Let's show you what she did in her debut. Way back in February down there at Gulfstream, she went off about 4 to 5 this day. Gets a 79 buyer speed figure. She wins by 7.5 this day for Pletcher.
Yeah, 7/8 of a mile. They're not easy distances, Stan, to go ahead and win right out of the box. So this horse was well meant. Got bet down to 4 to 5 and won like a 4 to 5 should. Was kind of urged along to the lead, urged along almost all the way. It's like a horse we're going to see. I think it's later on. Is it next week on Thursday? Pletcher's got a filly coming in, but just really responds here and levels off for their final 16ths to widen by 7.5. The Ohio bred hammered down. You're down a little bit late. I don't think this is going to be much of a challenge at all. Stretching back out, the breeding says yes to that.
I have her on top. The only question mark is we haven't seen her since that big win back in February. You wonder why they couldn't get her a race back, but the patient handling here, maybe something must have gone amiss. But I have her on top here. You got to trust Pletcher. Now she's fresh and ready. She's been working up there at the Belmont training track. The 4, Maya Malibu, though, this horse a good third against Grade 1 Company last October in the Frizette as a 2-year-old. She hasn't gotten back to that number. It fell apart in the Breeders' Cup. Tough comeback race at Laurel late April. Let's see if she can do. That was against older horses. Yeah. Now she's going against straight 3-year-old fillies, and Motion takes the blinkers off.
And that was the key, I guess. That's going to be the move we see. The 2 tries and blinkers are just okay. Ran better as a 2-year-old without the blinkers. Made a big, a debut. Just came out in style at Delaware back in August to draw off. Those horses that she ran against of Saratoga, they're all right. They're decent, but. Coming back, she's got to catch a really tough horse in Mo Smart. Maybe the blinkers off is the move that gets it done. But talk about breeding for the off track. This 5-4 should absolutely love it.
Uncle Mo out of a smart strike mare. A couple others here. Claudio Gonzalez with the one lady by choice, so we both like. Joe Torres, a 4-horse field. This filly has more speed than the 2, Emma's Diamond Diva. This might be a boat race around here in the 9th race, right? It looks like a match race on paper between the 4 and the 5. But you'll get a decent price on the Claudio Gonzalez filly there, the one lady by choice, a 2-time winner.
You should, and I tell you, this horse is probably going to make the favorite work a little bit, certainly early. We'll try to be aggressive from the inside post.
All right, let's take a look at the 10th and final race here. Hit the all button in race 10 if you can. It's wide open. Maiden claiming 16,000, 3 and up, mile and a 16th. We've had a bunch of scratches in the body, which means that the 12, 13, and the 14 are going to draw in off the AE here in race 10. I go with the 8 on top. Zeke the Streak. You like the Zeke as well. Sheldon Russell on this Frisian Fire 3-year-old for Milan Milosevic. Milosevic stabled here at Pimlico. This horse in good form, good second in the mud against Maiden 10 at Laurel. This isn't really that much of a step up here for the Zeke.
No, when you break it all down, it's not. Stop Dance is going to be my top selection. The 13 here, going 3rd time for Kenny Cox. Had a sneaky good run. First off the claim back in April. It was up early, had some traffic around the turn, then finished up willingly late. Holds the level. That turf try kept on pretty willingly after spirited duel. You see the internals 22 and 3, 46 and 2. A little fade late. English Tudor was the beneficiary of that duel. We're going to see that horse next week for Tony Aguirre. But I think Stomp Dance is moving in the right direction. Doesn't have to improve much more on the dirt to get it done.
Well, we like the same 4 here. I had the 7 in the exacta. Roman Warrior for trainer Annette Eubanks. In a decent third, 2 starts ago against Maiden 10. Didn't like the slop last out, but a decent second in the slop back in February. Edwin Gonzalez aboard for Annette here on the 7.
Yeah, is a stayer. Can hang around, no doubt about it. If the pace gets quick up front, they might just fall right into his lap.
All right, so I'm 5 deep here in this race. Hopefully I can get Hopefully I'm live going to race 10. I can get a little price there on my late pick fives. All the pick fives here this opening weekend, they've been paid in telephone numbers.
Yes,
Jump on in those pick fives with that industry low 12% takeout. Good luck to our racing office down there today. Stakes coordinator Coley Blind, George Ann Hale, Jillian, and everybody down there in the racing office. It's a big day. They're taking entries for Black Eyed Susan Day next Friday, May 18th. Black Eyed Susan, Pimlico Special, Jim McKay Turf Sprint, the Ski Path, the Miss Preakness. Oh, it's going to be a big day next Friday. Here the entries are strong. One of the local fillies for the Black Eyed Susan, a local Maryland-bred, undefeated filly. Good one, honey. She's 2 for 2 for trainer Jason Egan. She turned in her final tune-up for the Black Eyed Susan last Thursday. Let's show you the work. Last Thursday at Laurel Park, she went 5 furlongs, 101 and change, galloped out the 3/4 and 113 and change. Steve Hamilton was aboard for this work a couple days ago at Laurel Park. Hamilton was aboard for both the wins, the maiden score and then the Weber City Miss score. Maryland-bred filly, good one, honey, going to the Black Eyed Susan.
Yeah, she's cruising, just getting experience. This will be her third start. Last time out, she was a little keen, a little eager early, but now it looks like she's settling down to her game. Stevie did a great job leaving a 3/4 pole in that Weber City Miss victory to get her settled, and then she just kicked away and drew off. I'm sure there's going to be some solid contenders coming in, some good company, but for the home team, we got to be pulling for.
Yep. It's a grade 2, the Black Eyed Susan. The grade 3 Pimlico Special is going to feature a local horse as well. Something Awesome. How awesome is Something Awesome? Since getting to the Jose Corrales barn, this 7-year-old son of Awesome, again, a homebred for the Stronach stable in Adena Springs. He's 5 for 6 since getting to the Corrales barn. He's won his last 3 all-stake races. The grade 3 General George in February. He won the Harrison Johnson in March and won the $1 million grade 2 Charlestown Classic in April. Nice 5 furlong workout just yesterday morning at Laurel. The Hall of Famer Edgar Prado aboard. It looks like he's doing this very easy.
Driving right now for Corrales, just cruising along the last 1/8 of a mile. Hits another good field. They've rated our superstar. I think a Fleet Willie might be in the mix in that race. So a horse that he just faced at Charlestown is Something Awesome got the better of, but a good field on tap for the special.
All right, so good luck to the racing office taking entries for next Friday, Black Eyed Susan Day. Keep up with all the latest press releases and all the news for Black Eyed Susan Day in Preakness, all the undercard stakes. Pimlico.com has all the latest press releases. We'll have some nice stories coming out as well about Good One Honey. Also, Something Awesome. Acacia Courtney, she went up the Keystone today. Up there at Park. She's checking out our Tessio winner, Diamond King for John Service, who's coming to the Preakness.
Putting on the miles, man. She shipped all the way up from Florida and then now up the Parks. Wow.
All right. We'll have a good story coming out about the University of Maryland breeding program she's working on. And also some other good stuff as well. So Pimlico.com for all your latest Preakness Black Eyed Susan Day news, and Preakness.com to get your tickets. It's raining now. Hopefully we'll get some sunshine later this week.
Let's hope.
All right, Rodman, he's coming up next with today's Scratches and Changes. Good luck.
Good luck.